So we all know Omori released on December 25th, 2020. And if you didn't, now you do. But speaking of dates, there is one big mystery surrounding them in Omori, which is when does Omori actually take place? Also, shout out to this comment for the video idea. Anyway, to start off, there's this big piece of information that I found on the Omori Wiki. So shout out to them and all the hard work they do to make that wiki, because it is actually very good. And if you ever need some information, you should check it out. But anyway, it says here that taking into account that April 9th, June 21st, and September 9th are all school days, and that March 9th and March 10th are a Saturday and a Sunday respectively, within Omori's implied time period, the only years which fit all of these requirements are 1991 and 1996. So this helps us a ton. The years the photo album pictures were taken either happened in 1991 or 1996. But the question remains, which year exactly? Now I want you all to take a good look at this photo. What Sunny seems to be holding here is a Game Boy, a handheld console by Nintendo if you didn't know. But not just any kind of Game Boy, a red Game Boy. And according to Wikipedia, in 1995, Nintendo released a special line of Game Boys called the Play It Loud edition, which introduced the Game Boy in many different colors, including red, which is the color Sunny has here. So if I am correct in all of this, most likely this photo would have been taken in 1996. And that is because the original Game Boy came out in 1991, and this version, the one with the colors, didn't come out until 1995, so it would have been impossible for him to have a red Game Boy in 1990 or 1991. The only flaws I really see with this theory are two things, which is one, we can't really tell if it's a Game Boy because we only see the back part of it. Although in this time period, the Game Boy seems to be one of the only portable gaming consoles that looks like this, all square and everything. And it was the most popular, so there is a good chance that this is a Game Boy. But I guess there is the Turbo Express console, which was released by NEC on December 1st, 1990, and they do kind of look a bit similar, but from what I can find, it was only ever released in a black color, so that would make this impossible. The other flaw was that the back of it in the picture and the real back of a Game Boy don't 100% match, but that can just be due to how it's drawn or maybe even copyright, because Nintendo can be pretty heavy with copyright. Most likely though, this is a Game Boy released in 1995, dating this exact picture to 1996. And obviously throughout the game there are a ton of things that imply this time period in general, like the arcade machines, the pet rocks, which is a reference to the virtual pets at the time, the computers and the consoles and all that kind of stuff. With all this being said, the photos in Omori were probably taken in 1996, and since the game takes 4 years after the photos were taken, this game could take place in the year 2000, or I guess 2001 as well, but we're going to go with 2000 because 1996, 4 years later, 2000. Anyway, there is a bit of a smaller detail that does kind of support this, because in the hobbies, there is this new console that is up for sale. And there are two consoles that kind of came out between 1999 and 2001, which is the Dreamcast and the PlayStation 2. Although the console looks nothing like either of them, but it does kind of somewhat support this theory. In conclusion, with all the evidence here, I believe Omori takes place in the year 2000. And with all the stuff around it, very much feels like it. Honestly, it kind of takes me back to when I wasn't alive.